You are now listening to The Shane Edmonds Show.
Welcome back to the Shane Edmonds Show, everybody. This is your favorite host, Josh, here. If you watch my video from this week, you'll catch up on that. Welcome back to another episode. I think that, what is this, 26? Is this episode?
This will be 26.
We've got Jayson here. The seat next to me, which is normally Blake's, is empty right now. He'll be here in just a second. But we also have a guest. This will be our first guest to officially swim in the cesspool.
In the cesspool.
Matt, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Feeling kind of sussy tonight, boys.
Wow.
So what's everybody been up to?
I'm feeling good right now, man. So on the drive over, I listened to that song by Logic, the suicide prevention song.
Yeah.
Got me all
I love that song.
hyped up, you know what I'm saying?
Logic's really good.
It's a roller coaster of emotions in
It
that
is.
song. It kind of brings you down right in the beginning, but by the end of it, you're like, man, I just want to be alive.
So I heard the beer popping.
It was under the table.
So what I thought it was like a clip added in from because I'm like, I don't see beer anywhere. I just hear the sound of it.
I've really stepped up my producer game.
He
Sound
did that.
effects. Didn't even know I was fucking here this whole time.
Oh, right there.
Three words in.
We're 2 minutes into the show, and Blake's already dropped one.
Haven't even been here the whole time. And instantly, first sentence.
I'm just excited.
Always.
I'm excited.
Alrighty.
I think we're going to have a great show tonight.
I got something.
Uh-oh. He's got
I want to
something.
start it off.
Bring it in. Let's just get right to it tonight.
Oh, man,
Well, before you get started, I got a special treat for Jayson here.
Uh-oh.
I had some leftover land sharks.
Oh, man.
So that's for you.
Ooh, man.
That.
Nothing for you two over there.
The guest,
Just for him.
How
Just
does
for
the
him.
guest bring stuff for us? Aren't we supposed to present the guest with stuff?
Whatever.
No, this is not how the Shane Evans show works. You bring something for us.
This is the pool. We
That
do
sounds
things
like
backwards.
he's an avid listener and knows that I like the land shark.
And I know it's not it's not the right season for it. We had some left over from the summer, and I was like, you know what? Let me pack that. That's
He don't
Jason.
care. He'll drink it
I don't
whenever.
care.
He'll probably
I
drink
will
it
drink
right now.
as soon as I finish this Mick Ultra. I'm going to get right in that land
Blake has
shark.
done got you on the Mick Ultra. What's up with that?
Goes down like
They
water.
are, I kind of like Coors Light, but they're better
Other
for you.
water.
I'm on the health kick right
No,
now.
that's true. I forgot about
I'm on the
that.
health
Calories?
kick.
95 calories.
Is that it? No, I think it's less than
I
that.
thought it was
Yeah,
94.
2.6 carbs.
95 calories.
How
Yeah,
many
that's what
carbs?
we're thinking.
2.6 carbs.
Whew. On the
You're
That's
money.
the only beer
Well, you got
Blake
one sitting
drinks.
over there.
I
He
see you
knows.
losing the weight already.
I mean, all right, you ready for this?
Go at it.
Do your guys' nipples ever chafe or go raw?
All the time in the winter.
Never.
Winter?
All the time in the winter.
Yes.
Only in the ocean.
Because, like,
Really?
they just, they
that's
stay
salt.
hard all winter long. And then I got the shirt rubbing up against it all day. It's hell. It is hell.
I have never.
Sometimes I'm like, I just want to buy some. What's his Anthony Cuomo from New York? I need to get some Band-Aids and cover them all up.
Good God, no.
I got the runner's nips.
Well,
You can tell us all
here we
about
go.
this.
All right, here you go. Good story. I ran with a guy. I'm not going to say his name. Not a heavy set guy, but he was on the bigger side. He would, at every race, his nipples would chafe and they would start to
would bleed?
They would
Oh.
bleed.
Oh, my gosh.
And you know how those uniforms are. They're not rented, but they're universal.
Yeah.
No, he had his own. That was his uniforms because they were stained at that point.
Wow.
Yeah.
Forget that.
I've never.
Yeah, I've never had them to the point where they've bled. But
No.
Ran a whole marathon.
It's
Didn't have to.
worse.
what made you think
Well,
that we had
because
chafed nipples?
It's seasonal for me as well. And like, I get in the shower today and like the hot water hit it and it like felt like they were getting ripped apart.
I've never. But see, look at my hands, though.
Oh yeah, you get the cracks all in you. I mean,
You see that?
I got
And that's-
baby hands.
Are you
Those
serious?
things are like.
I mean,
the
I have
stuff we do.
I haven't worked the past 2 days, so my hands they're nice and soft right now.
My
Baby bottom.
fingertips feel like 36 grit sandpaper.
Do you use microfiber towels at all?
Oh, they
I might
still
stick
stick.
it
Like,
out. It's like
you just,
Velcro,
you just
man.
touch
It's
it
like
and just.
Velcro. I feel like Spider-Man.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I got baby hands. They bathe in Purell all day
Well,
long.
you got to think my hands are like
Other than that one tip.
Bondo dust, you know. lacquer thinner, all
Yeah.
kind of solvents.
Yeah.
I wouldn't
You
be
could probably
surprised.
smooth them out with some Bondo and just like
I wouldn't be
Bionic man.
surprised if I get like some kind of hand cancer at some point in my
you
life.
probably will.
I probably already
All-
have. It's
all the
probably
stuff
already
you
in there
breathe in.
festering.
It'll be from the COVID vaccine.
Yeah.
Well, you can blame it on that in 10 years and
Sue
call
the-
in when that commercial is.
Oh, yeah.
Have you or a family member been affected by the COVID vaccine from 2020?
If you
When you wake up to pee at 2 a.m.
if you had COVID in the 2020 pandemic, call now.
Well, there's
Before
a
Donald Trump dies, we are suing the hell out of him.
there's a website you can go to see like where you're at on track for the vaccine.
We're not
Dead last.
Yeah, dead last.
I was like 3 million out of Virginia. And then it
Oh,
goes
so
like,
they
it
call your
goes-
name.
No. You put
Oh,
in
you getting the man all worked
you
up.
put in
I was
your-
like, what?
You put in your county, your
Okay.
age, and then like what you do for work. So it was like essential, non-essential teacher, nurse type deal. It had like 5 options, and then it was, do you have underlying health conditions?
Yes.
And so it goes through like the United States, state, county, just like that. I was like 16,000 in the county.
Well, now don't we have Moderna's about to get approved? Did they get approved today?
They were voting for it today.
Were they voting for it today? Okay, so now we'll have another vaccine.
Well, I mean,
coming
are they
in.
going to be any different?
And I-
Are they really that different?
Well, Moderna's is only one shot, where Pfizer's is you have to go back for a second shot.
What?
Yeah. You have to go
What
back
if I
like
don't
28,
get the
29.
second shot?
Then
I just-
you're not protected.
I just
What?
heard it- I just
It's like
heard
only
that
wearing
first.
half a condom.
I just heard that first.
That's
just
brand new
just
information
covering
to
the
me.
tip.
I had no idea.
Not the
that there was
condom
a
part,
two-
the second shot part.
I had no idea it was a two-phase.
Yeah, the
Okay,
Pfizer one is 2 different shots.
What's
It's like
the-
28 or 29 days later.
I saw
Dun,
that.
dun, dun.
A
Is that a movie?
dead.
Is
I'm
that a
dead
movie?
before I get the
28 days
second one.
later.
28 days later?
A
That's a movie.
listener shared this on Facebook today.
Uh-oh.
He said, Pfizer, congratulations to Pfizer on the new COVID-19 vaccine, the same company that makes Viagra. I have complete faith in the new vaccine. If a company can raise the dead, they can certainly cure the living.
That's a good marketing ploy right there.
It is.
Yeah.
So, we got 2 things on.
Let's start with the
board.
top one. I love this topic.
All right. Did we talk about this before?
I don't know if we talked about it on the
On the
show,
air?
but I know
We
us two.
discussed
Yes,
it,
yes.
right here at the
If
table.
it's
Okay,
the,
so
it's the top,
if-
it's not been on the show.
okay, all right. Thank you, sir.
There we go.
I feel like
he's our historian.
I feel like I'm
Oh my
that guy
God, historian.
Ken from Jeopardy. I knew everything
Oh,
about your show.
Jeopardy. Yeah.
Yes. All right, so we've talked about it. If you live local to Mechanicsville, you have seen a RAV4 all tagged up. Looks like it belongs in Jurassic
You might not
Park.
know it's a RAV4 if you don't know vehicles that well, but there is a vehicle that is completely wrapped to look like the Jurassic Park Explorer.
It's beautiful.
Something like that. Yeah.
It looks very good.
New
That's
RAV4?
awesome.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a newer one. Yeah.
Newer.
So, and we've discussed this off air numerous times. Like, like we're texting. Oh, I just saw it. Whatever.
Well, I used to tell
Snapping.
him all the time when I was running a route, a different route for work. There was a Jeep down there that it wasn't the green and yellow. It was like gray and just
The
gray
old
and
school
black.
gray.
the gray and red
Yeah,
one.
yeah. And it was always parked at this shop I used to go to.
I've seen some of those at shops.
Yeah.
Of course, they're older Jeeps. But
Yeah.
this past week, I saw a Jeep on Mechanicsville Turnpike, all wrapped up and it was quite badass.
Was it a 2-door, 4-door?
I don't know.
You don't- you
I
don't
didn't
pay
pay
that
that. I
for-
just
He was-
noticed that it
he
was
was
like,
like, oh,
Jeep.
there it is.
And I'm like, I'm
Yeah,
like,
a
oh,
Jeep.
Wrapped as the Jurassic
Yeah,
Park.
yeah,
yeah.
So now we know there's 2 in Mechanicsville.
and I'm just like,
Competing.
the phone's in the pocket, and I'm driving. I'm
You
like,
got the seatbelt. You're trying to fight around the seatbelt.
I don't even care about snapping. I just want a picture. And of course, it
By the time you get to it,
opposite
it's gone.
ways. Yeah, I'm like, son of a bitch. So yeah, that was pretty cool. And so if any of our listeners from the Mechanicsville area, do you know these people?
Yeah,
Either
send us some,
one of
send us some
people?
details. Like,
We want some deets on this.
Yeah.
I
I want to know. I'm going to wrap my truck like that. I need prices.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
I refuse to get a Shane Edmund show wrap, but I'll get a Jurassic Park wrap.
Yeah. So the next thing
I think
on
if
the
you
board,
got a Shane Edmund show wrap, you'd have like tomatoes and
They're
stuff
probably
thrown in.
egg. I'd have the bologna's thrown on it.
There
so
are
it leaves
those,
the stain.
there are those a-holes.
that's why I haven't bought a hoodie yet. You go out in public and like, hey, you, Mr. Shane Edmonds guy.
The best is when we get like emails or messages and it's like, "Hey Shane,"
Hey, Shane. Yeah.
like you idiot.
I'm not going to disclose where y'all's name came from, but I was texting Josh beforehand, and I was thoroughly upset. Away.
Come closer.
Closer.
I was thoroughly upset when I found out how the name was come to be.
It's tricky.
And I'm like, that was going to be my first question I asked you guys tonight. And just a text to figure out what time we're meeting. Now I know.
Yeah.
It's awesome. We like to keep people on their toes.
Yes.
It's, simple.
That's enough.
We just couldn't think of anything else.
It
It
rolls,
works.
though.
It flows.
It does flow.
Except when you're trying to make a video and you're like, "Hey, this is Blake with the Shane and Josh t-shirt stores." Too many S's.
Yeah.
It's hard.
I hate making videos.
I do too. I usually have to make like 3 or 4
Oh
of
my
them before
God.
I get one that works.
It's so bad.
I did. All right. So the one I did with the American flag in the back, it was like 3
I saw it
takes.
like hit you. It was
And I was like,
whenever
I'm not doing this again. I'm just stepping forward. And I was like, oh, of course, the wind.
I told Ash, I was like, I'm just going to need you to record me because I was like, selfie mode just isn't cutting it out right now.
What do we need to do? We need to go old school with a selfie stick.
Probably got one still somewhere.
They make little stands for your phone.
There you go. Little tripods.
For
$10.
TikTok?
Yeah, for TikTok.
Let's just get a light ring.
There
Yeah.
you go.
Yeah.
That's the TikTok thing. Right there.
By now, I'm assuming all of y'all have heard about the American Airlines situation. A little 2-year-old
Yes.
girl got
I have.
booted for not wearing a mask.
Yeah, a 2-year-old.
2-year-old
Because she
girl.
wouldn't keep it on, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Screaming, hollering, whatever. So I heard an interview this week. I told y'all to listen to it.
I had already heard it when you told us.
Hadn't heard about it till you told me.
Did you get the interview, though?
been-
Yeah,
Slipping.
yeah. He put it on his Facebook.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he posted the video.
Of her talking?
Yeah,
Awesome.
yeah. It
I
was,
was
them
mi-
side by side.
I was
yeah.
mind blown.
Oh yeah.
I was mind blown.
Like
So,
did the part where she had on their Instagram, what are your chances of catching COVID on a plane? And it said almost non-existent.
Well,
that's
and
what
you
American
understand-
Airlines posted.
You
Yeah.
understand the reason why, right?
Yeah.
The air is recirculated surgically. It is brought in and cleaned,
Filtered multiple times.
multiple times, and then put back in. So it is literally the cleanest place for you to be as just a standard citizen. Like, yeah, if you go somewhere that is, away from other people, yeah, whatever. But the best place for you to be traveling is on a plane.
Yeah. No, I don't.
Get you one
disagree
of
with
those
that.
flights to nowhere.
But they banned the daughter.
They banned. All right, so
Can I
let's-
just
let's
leave her?
backtrack.
Can I just leave the daughter? And the parents go, I'm willing to wear it. She's being a jerk.
Let's backtrack some. Let's backtrack for those that haven't. Heard.
Yeah.
Parents, 2-year-old girl, board American Airline flight. Okay, they take off or get on the runway or whatever. I don't think they got in the air, but they literally pulled away from the gate, and the captain comes over. I guess the stewardess or whoever, whatever you call them these days. Stewardess, I feel like, is the
Flight attendant.
Sexist.
yeah, it's a flight attendant now. So they were asked by a couple different people, whatever, and they were just like, yeah, whatever. It's a 2-year-old.
She's not going to keep
we're
it on. yeah.
trying, but she's screaming and hollering. They're sitting in like the back of the plane, right? And so they pull off, and the next thing you know, the captain's like, "We gotta
Revert back.
because we have an issue," and like they knew it was about them.
Yeah.
And that's when they started
Who
recording.
complained?
I don't think anybody complained.
Was it a flight attendant? It was just
I think it was just a flight attendant.
being a freaking idiot.
Like this is the rules. These are our rules.
Every individual has to wear a mask.
If I try to take Ellie on a flight,
It's not
with-
happening.
Yeah, exactly.
Mace ain't wearing it.
No.
Literally before I got here, Mace brought Marshall's face mask. Marshall's 5 brought Marshall's face mask, and to him it was play. He put it on, he ripped it off. He put it on, he ripped it off.
Yeah.
That's what you're going to get out of a 2-year-old. That's what you're going to
Absolutely.
get. 3-year-old, maybe 4, young 4. You can get them to comprehend it because we didn't think Marshall was going to get it.
Are they having to wear them at daycare now? How's Carissa doing with it?
She doesn't have to because it's 5 and under.
Okay.
Whatever the
okay,
governor's
sorry.
rule.
Gotcha.
Marshall's good. Marshall's
Okay.
excellent at it.
All
We from day one before it was mandatory for everybody 5 and above. Marshall was doing it because our daycare preferred it that way, and we were fine with that.
Yeah.
We weren't going to bat an eye. We love our daycare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same. I can say the same.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I love my daycare.
Your daycare?
The daycare that our kids go to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's whatever they do is kind of like how it's going to be.
Yeah.
I don't want to change daycares. But anyway, so they get kicked off the flight, and they ban the child, the 2-year-old, from flying. Not the parents,
But
the child.
Yeah, the parents were still allowed to get on the flight, apparently.
But the 2-year-old's banned from American Airlines. All right.
How long? Forever?
Maybe it might have just been that
Lord
flight.
knows.
Who knows? But
Anyway, so here's the funny thing. In the same interview, I believe, did she say Katie Couric?
she was on one
An
of the
American Airline flight with her daughter that's 2 years old.
Oh, was she? Is it? So I only saw the clip, which might not have been the whole interview. I don't know.
So yes, and that's how this started.
This was only like a 2, maybe 3 minute clip.
All right, no, so this is like a whole half an episode.
Oh, okay, all right.
They talk about this. You are killing us
That's
tonight.
me. I'm sorry. I'm too far. I need to lean forward.
Yeah, that's kind of
I'm
look at
sorry.
the rest of it.
It's okay.
I'm sorry.
You learned
It's
it.
I saw you take your headphones off and like listen for the sound. I'm like, it's me in my ugly
No,
jacket.
it wasn't that. It wasn't that.
So
First timer, it's okay.
yeah. So y'all killing me. Where were we? I lost my train of thought.
The Today Show or whatever.
Yeah,
Katie Couric.
I think so. I think that's what she said. Katie somebody.
She went on one of those good the morning shows, didn't she?
But I'm saying this other lady, I'm pretty sure it was a famous person, was on an American Airline flight at the same time with their 2-year-old in first class without a mask.
Well, it's because she's elite.
So this is where
Yeah.
it got and brought in big old, hoopla. This is where it made big
But
hoopla.
I guess I devil's advocate here. In first class, are they more than 6 feet? I've never been in first class.
No,
Are they
no,
more than
there's
6 feet
no
apart?
way. There's no
Okay,
way.
I don't
All
know.
right,
I don't know. That's devil's advocate
I don't know
coming in
about.
here.
I don't know about
I like
American Airlines. I've flown Delta, and I'm gonna tell you what, first class ain't worth the extra money.
See, I've never.
You get like
Out of
an
the-
extra 6 inches of elbow room. I'm not paying the extra.
Is that if 5.5 feet makes it 6 feet?
I don't know. Like you just.
No, we all know if you're a popular governor in California or New
In
York,
Virginia.
in Virginia,
You can go on the beach without a mask right after mandating
you
everybody
can
wear a
make-
mask.
You can make the rules, but you don't have to follow them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's all of government.
Yeah. Oh, well,
So that's how that got started, though.
Yeah.
Right. This big hoopla, whatever. Ban the kid, but now you're getting backstory right in this interview. The parents are legal immigrants.
Yes.
They left communist socialist countries to come be Americans.
for civil liberties,
And then
to get
end up-
away from the
to
stuff
get away
that-
from this BS, and here she is. This is the same crap we left our country for.
it's beautiful.
And it was an awesome interview. If anybody wants to hear the interview, good. You can check out Dear America.
I think Graham Allen, Dear America.
Allen,
My favorite part was the part where she pulled up the Instagram from American Airlines. And
Yeah.
that was their post said, "What are your chances of catching COVID on an airline?" And it said almost non-existent or something like that.
Beautiful.
It was very slim. And she's like, "So this is what you're going to do to somebody who's
Not
almost not going to catch something." You know what I mean? So
It's episode 146 of Dear America. If you want to listen to that whole story
Good stuff.
yourself, it was a good, really good
We'll
interview.
post the link.
Yeah, we can do that for him. So moving on. Anything else? What's next? Let's roll on us in something.
I ain't got nothing. I'm unprepared.
Jason said he was coming with all kinds of stuff for Matt. He said he was going to grill Matt.
I'm not want to grill,
Yeah,
man.
we got cousin Matt in the house.
While he's pulling it up, like when you get ready for like your first date and you're like all
You got
nervous
those
and like
butterflies
think
and
you
you're
got the
like-
butterflies and all that.
No, I'm not. It's not.
That was me this whole day. That was me yesterday. I'm like, so I get home. I get home earlier than Mallory. I get the kids ready. I was like, hey, I'm going to cook. I'm going to clean up. And it got to be about like, what did I text you? Around like 5:30.
Mm-hmm.
I was ready to go. Like, I'm like, I was like, okay, I got to make sure. Let me check the distance. So I
I'm
know
going to sweat through my shirt. I got to have to change this thing.
I got 2 layers of deodorant on. Yeah. Like, I was nervous. So I'm like, dude, 2 of them are my cousins. Like, if you're his brother-in-law, like, it's not like
Yeah.
it's like brand new people I'm meeting.
Yeah.
But go ahead. What you got for me? Grill me.
I'm not grilling you. And actually, I do. Before we get into what I want to discuss with you, I want to. Did y'all hear what President Trump's attorney Jenna Ellis said
Nope.
on the day that the electoral College cast their official
Which
ballots.
was that
Official ballot.
Wednesday?
Tuesday or Wednesday, something like
One of
that.
those
Tuesday.
days. The 15th?
Yeah. Monday. I'm sorry, Monday.
Oh, that was the 14th. Okay.
Yep. All right, here we go. Let me read this to you real quick.
Read it on out.
Now this is, man, I have no idea. There is truth to this because we're gonna backtrack after I say that. But today, what's his name? McConnell.
Mitch.
Yeah, Mitch McConnell told all the Republican senators don't oppose the electoral ballots.
Yeah.
Don't question it. Like, let's just get on with our life, right?
He, for lack of better terms, endorsed the Electoral College.
Yeah. He has,
Yeah.
and he told everybody not to oppose.
Don't throw a stink up about it.
Yeah. So let me let me read this. This is going to give some backstory on that. Today, the Electoral College votes will be sealed and sent by special carrier to Washington, where they will remain sealed until January 6th, when the House and Senate will come into a joint session to open the votes. The media is going to make you believe that it's all over and Joe Biden is now officially president. On January 6th, Nancy Pelosi will sit down with the rest of the House members, as she has no special power or authority over this hearing. Vice President Mike Pence will have all the authority as president of the Senate for that day, and will accept or reject motions to decide the next steps by the Assembly. Remember, Mike Pence is in full authority that day, as written in the Constitution. The ballots will be certified today, but that means nothing. The votes will be opened, and at that point, one House member could, and most likely will, raise their hand to object to the Vice President on the state of the electors' votes. That objection could cover fraud or any other reason, and with the seconding of that objection, everything changes. Everything. The House and Senate will divide for at least 2 hours to debate and then vote. The vote will be per senator, with the vice president being the deciding vote if needed in the Senate, while the vote in the House will be only one vote per delegation per state, not per House member. The Republicans have 30 delegation votes compared to the Democrats' 20 delegation votes. If this scenario were to run true, President Trump gets reelected. The Democrats, the media, the social networks, and the globalists around the world will come unhinged, and chaos will erupt immediately.
Was this a Facebook post?
It absolutely would.
This is from
That would
Trump's
be the
attorney.
unraveling of this nation.
That's what I was saying, because I was like, I've seen that verbatim. I didn't read all the way, but
this is her press release on Monday, and it goes on to say, President Trump is trying to do the right thing and go through the courts first, expose all the fraud, but we all know that none of the courts, even the Supreme Courts, wanted to touch this issue with a 10-foot pole. Now, last time we talked about the Texas lawsuit.
Yeah.
So let's talk about that. Since the last recording, that got shot down.
Yes, the Supreme Court
Denied that request.
Yeah.
it's on premise of it's a sticky situation.
Well,
if they were to,
So Supreme
it.
Court Judge Elitis and Thompson, is it Thomas? Clarence Thomas? I sound like an idiot.
I think Thomas.
Yeah, Thomas. So both of them came out publicly and said, this is why we rejected that lawsuit.
It's not that we don't want to hear the case.
So there was a clause in that lawsuit. If they had accepted it, they put in this lawsuit that if the Supreme Court sees this case, it halts the election process until the lawsuit's over with.
Which can take years.
This is why they turned that down. It's not because there's not evidence. It's because it was unconstitutional to stop the election
So
process.
it sounds like the Trump law team shot themselves in the Texas shot themselves in the foot in this case.
Somebody put that in there. And I've been doing a lot of research. There is really no constitutional law on the election at all. If you look into the Constitution, it just says, Congress can make the dates and whatever. So this is where the lawsuit comes in, is because Congress sets the dates. This is when the votes have to be counted by, certified, whatever. How it's done but these
state.
some of these states change things without going through their state's representation.
Yes.
They just the
But
attorney general or whoever the state just said, "Oh, we're just going to take an extra week to count ballots because they're mail-in," but didn't do it legally to change the date.
what makes it the sticky situation is you're creating a precedence for a state to sue another state over their laws. So the typical response has been Texas could now sue California for abortion laws because people are leaving Texas to go get, or vice versa.
Yeah,
People are
leaving
leaving
California to go to
to go to
Texas.
Texas for abortions. No matter how you feel about either situation, the thing is you would create unrest between the states because now you've opened up that door that once it opens you can't close it.
It's
You
like a
can't close it.
Pandora's
Yeah.
box. Yeah,
Mhm.
no,
You open
yeah.
it, it's
I agree with
open.
that. I agree with that. No doubt.
Oh God.
But this is what obviously what's happened. There's something's not right though. Something smells fishy. Period. I think. Well, we always know that there's been voter fraud. Every year, every time we vote, the Democrats get 100% of the dead vote. I think the Republicans really need to,
Start
get
knocking on
back.
dead
They
people's
yeah,
door.
they really need to get back into that grassroots and get out there and get that dead vote. You know what I mean?
They need a better marketing plan.
Yeah, I mean, they never get the dead vote.
I
Never.
changed. I wrote it in my will. So when
Oh,
my
your
time
dead
comes,
vote. Your
yeah,
dead vote goes.
it goes to the right.
I love it. Yeah,
No.
so I wanted to touch that. I mean, update the people on that specific stuff. I'm curious, and now you got McConnell saying, "Don't object the vote."
I really
Somebody
do think
is.
nothing's going to happen. I think
You don't think?
January 6th comes.
You
They
don't think?
open it. They I think it's 2 hours. They go back to their chambers. They do their thing. They're going to come back January 6th. He's going to be touted as declared president-elect. Even though the media wants to call him that now, he is president-elect as of January 6th. And the 20th, he's going to be. Is it the 20th? Voted into office.
Yeah.
Move on. I'm telling you, nothing's going to happen.
So you don't think somebody like Dan Crenshaw is going to stand up and object it?
Somebody's going to object it.
Ted Cruz?
It's going to be squashed on the 6th.
You don't think
nothing's going to go past the 6th?
Heard it here
see.
first.
We'll see. I mean,
Legal representative Matt has told us all.
yeah.
I mean,
No, that's great.
I like what you're saying.
I hope it's true. There's a part of me that hopes it's true, but the other
yeah.
side is like the chaos that will erupt.
I'm telling you, it'll be
It's
the
gonna be
unraveling
another
of this
It's going to be
nation.
the next
That's the
Civil
thing.
War.
It
will be. I'm prepared for it.
Who's going to win? The Republicans who has a gun safe in their house, or the Democrats who they don't even know how to hold?
They don't
their
have-
They want to
they
defund
don't
the
even have-
police.
they
They
don't
want to
even-
defund the police.
They don't
and
even
not
have a
have
Nerf
guns.
gun sitting
Yeah.
in their house.
Santa Claus said there ain't no damn Nerf guns this year.
He did, didn't he? We'll get into that a little bit
Oh,
later.
yeah. So, I mean, that was just, man, it's just, there's a lot of crazy stuff. And some of it, I'm like, oh, that's so far fetched. Like reading that. Then you look into it and like, that's legit constitutional law right there. That could, very well could possibly happen. I think people, I do agree with Matt. I think at this point, like McConnell's just like, look, I mean, we're going to start another civil war. If
We're
actually
just
oppose
all
these
trying to
votes.
move on. Like,
Yeah, let's just get through the next 4 years.
Is McConnell the one in the video you sent us today?
No, that's Nadler.
Oh my God, that's what I was laughing at because
He's
you were
the
talking about.
Jerry Nadler.
You were talking about.
Pooped his pants on live TV.
literally, we were talking about charts last week.
They must listen to the Shane Edmonds show.
He had full on. I think it was runny. It was. We're not going to.
We'll post the link to the video.
We're not going to spend 10 minutes talking about poop again. But
Please do.
it was pretty disgusting.
There you go.
And Pelosi's standing there like.
the way he's trying to shuffle out.
And then he shovels.
I see what he's doing. He's trying to shuffle past the board right there.
No, it gets worse as the video goes on.
Pelosi keeps
okay.
talking.
Like he holds on to the podium. He's like, "Oh God."
So I was upstairs when you sent it to me, so I sent it to Ashley, and I said, "Cut your sound on," and all I hear is. And I mean, I was upstairs putting on my getting dressed, and I was instantly crying.
Marie was in her office when she pulled up in the video. It was quiet,
She
dead
said,
quiet.
Well, Ashley was like, "Was that fake?" And I was like, "No, look at his face and watch him walk."
Watch the full thing all the way through, like him trying to walk away. It's
Hey, look, the
Something
bad thing is,
happened.
look, y'all like to trip me up with the mics being hot up in here. He literally just got done speaking.
Oh, did y'all? All right. Speaking of that, did y'all? I don't know who it was. It was a short Instagram clip that I saw. It was a guy. It was off in like the side view of a podium. I think it was a governor. He's standing there. He puts his mask on, just the surgical mask. Then he walks 5 feet to the public's view to the podium. Takes the mask off. It's all a masquerade. That's funny. It's all a masquerade.
It is.
It's
He didn't even have one.
yeah.
he didn't.
Nadler did not even have
Pelosi
one.
did.
Nadler
But she-
didn't even have one.
She pulls it down to talk to the same mic he just got done spitting all over. Like
That mic.
Spitting like Slim.
Like what? What?
Did y'all sanitize this mic? I don't know if I'm okay with Kippy's spit.
It's been a while since he's been on.
Has it been 2 weeks?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
It's
All right.
been
Good.
That was before Thanksgiving. So
I
you're
think-
good. It's been almost a month.
I think Buffalo Bill was on there after Kippy was.
bootstrap, Bill.
We have 18 different nicknames.
Oh, because I'm outnumbered tonight, company wise. I told TOWD today. I was like, "You coming over?" He was like, "What do you mean?" I was like, "I'm outnumbered." He said, "Just call me up on the phone." So let's dabble a little bit into last week's topic of socialism.
We did talk about socialism in general.
That's what I wanted to touch on. I texted him about it. I was like,
For
for socialism, right? If we went by your standard of every mechanic makes 100, every uniform driver makes 60,
65,
every
so.
McDonald's worker makes 35, what you create is a society of laziness in the sense of, well, if that means I can, for us over here who runs routes, right? Well, I'm just going to do the easiest route available. And I'm just going to stick on that, and I'm going to do.
Just gonna get by.
Never try to advance. Never try to do anything.
There is no easy route.
And then
though.
for you, right?
There is no easy route.
You're 100% commission. You said that's what drives you to make the 100. That's what drives you to make the money you do because of the work you have to do to make that. So for me, I hate the idea of socialism because it's going to create. It's not going to happen instantaneously. What's going to happen is 2, 3, 4 generations is you get laziness and contentment, which is everybody thinks contentment's great. It's not.
No,
because
it's not.
we need to strive for better.
Oh, yeah.
When thinking about your dad, when thinking about my dad, when thinking about, we always think we're going to do better than our previous generations.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to be better than our ancestors. That's what capitalism is about, being better than what we came from.
Well, my utopian socialism, let me make it clear, I'm not for socialism. But I was just saying, if you could paint, a utopian socialism, it was this, and this. But what I'm saying is,
That's a good one.
my utopian version was like, if you're not happy making what you're making as a McDonald's employee, you can move up to a uniform driver or a mechanic or, HVAC. You know what I'm saying? You're still not stuck.
Yeah,
There's still room for drive and improvement.
The last flaw in that system is I pay for the guy who works on my truck because he's the best in my area.
Oh, I don't.
I'll call him out. Jimmy at Verona Automotive, the reason I use him is because every time I've taken my vehicle to him is he's done the best job. The reason I don't take it to a quick lube shop is because those guys aren't going to care about it.
They don't.
But Jimmy does because Jimmy's 100% commission on what he just did.
I agree with that. No, I agree 100% with that. I just. Oh, God.
That was awesome.
That's because that bitch is flat. The pop is there, but the beer is flat.
No, I agree with you 100% on that. I'm just saying when you try to paint something utopian.
Yeah.
I don't know if any of y'all listen to Dan Crenshaw.
I do not.
I do. Listen to a lot of Dan Crenshaw, and I think more politicians should be like Dan Crenshaw. But he talks, he's Republican, okay? But he said he's gone on with Joe Rogan, battled Joe Rogan, and they've talked socialized medicine and stuff. And he's like, I'm not against it. I'm just against what the left is presenting.
Mm-hmm. There's gotta be something
Because
better.
what they're presenting is sucking the innovation, the creative, mindset of new medicine and stuff.
It stifles growth.
Yeah,
is what it does.
What they're doing. He's like, now I think that we could get to some kind of socialized medicine. It's just how you get there is not figured out yet. I just know it doesn't look like what they're pushing for.
You can't say we want what Canada wants and then overnight make it. It just,
I don't want what Canada wants.
yeah. Well,
I don't want what any other country has or got. I'm sorry. Anybody go, Canada, I love Canada. Get the fuck out of here and go. Damn it. There goes mine.
Wow, everyone but Deacon Matt has got one on the board.
But see, y'all got me all hyped up because I'm just like, I just hate when people are like, America sucks. I hate America. Like, get the hell out then. Leave. Nobody's keeping you here.
I agree to that statement.
Nobody's keeping you here. This is the greatest country on this earth. Period. Debate me all day long. There's leftists that will.
if you asked me 10 years ago, 20 years ago, what that flag up there stood for, like envisioning it, right?
Had to look to see what flag.
The Trump 2020 flag.
For the listeners who can't see on Channel 3, it's an American flag.
American flag.
Absolutely.
I mean, I remember in elementary school, like, you saw an American flag. You felt pride. You felt joy and like greatness, right?
Pause.
Hit it.
Pause. So I deliver to a school on Mondays. And as I was there this week, they did their morning announcement routines.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know this is in Dinwiddie County?
Calling them out.
Shots fired.
I will. Sunnyside Elementary, if you want me to get right down on it.
Jesus.
They said the Pledge of Allegiance, but did not play the national anthem.
I believe
Which
that's
is
a thing now.
That is
Yes.
bullshit.
I don't think.
Why do you
then
pledge?
hold on.
I've never understood why you pledge allegiance to a flag. It is a flag. You should
The flag is a representation of what America is.
but you should be playing the national anthem over the Pledge of Allegiance. 100%.
I mean, for me, at my school,
fight me on it. Fight me on it.
I mean, I'm about to flip this table, boys.
Don't do that.
This is a nice table.
I don't want to.
Thank you, Todd.
Like, call.
Shout
I don't
out
want
Todd.
to. I don't want to say too much, but
I'll say this: in elementary school, we didn't have the national anthem. Go ahead.
we did every morning.
We did not.
Every morning.
Really?
Yes.
That's a long song.
I can't remember that far.
no, we
did both. We did both
We
every
went
morning.
to Donahoe Elementary Schools. Anybody listening went to Donahoe, you know damn well what we're talking about.
Cashel Donahoe Elementary.
You say the
I'm
Pledge of Allegiance, and it was immediately followed by the national anthem every morning.
Donahoe's near my house, right?
It's on airport.
I can't
closer
remember.
to the,
It's over off Old Hanover.
Closer to the Henrico. line.
That's
I
where
mean,
Mark.
Hanover
That's
line.
that. If we would not move in the next year, that's where Mark.
Oh, really?
Would go. Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Not
okay.
Sampson?
Yes, it is.
Or seven
Oh, that's
pounds.
not-
Seven
that's not-
pounds.
Because I vote.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I
Yeah,
voted for Donald Trump at Donahoe.
Whoa. Whoa.
Sorry.
I don't want to leak where you live too much, but I don't want to get. But does Verona High School?
I don't know.
I don't remember them playing it when I was there.
When I was there, they didn't. So I'm
I
assuming.
don't. Honestly, I don't even
Lee
remember
Davis
saying the.
did. Lee Davis did they did the national anthem. They did
Mechanicsville
not do.
High?
Yes, sorry.
I
It
could.
was Lee Davis when I went. They did not do the Pledge of Allegiance,
I was gonna say I don't remember the Pledge of Allegiance,
but they did the national anthem.
I don't
every
recall
morning.
Hermitage doing it.
Either one.
I think it
Pledge
depends.
of
I think that
Allegiance.
comes in.
Don't remember the national anthem.
Okay.
I could be wrong. Someone fact check me.
It's a very weird thing to do, by the way. I agree with you. Like you put your hand over your heart and you pledge allegiance to a flag. And if
It's
you,
weird. What other country does that?
I
First
want
of
to
all,
say most of them.
Pledges to a flag. No,
they all have a
they have
national
a
anthem.
national anthem, but
they
there's no
don't.
pledge
I don't
to
think.
a flag.
I don't think any
Yeah,
others
I mean,
pledge to their flag.
All right, bringing it around. The reason I
Any
brought it up.
listeners out that listen outside of the U.S., please chime in. We seriously, this
Mr. Ireland.
Yeah, what
the
happened?
the
He's
one
taped
time
off.
we really want information on this. You gotta come
Come
through for
through.
us.
Come
Come
in
on.
clutch.
Just send us a freaking DM.
What I was getting at is that flag stood for like greatness and strength.
It still
and-
does.
Do you remember
it
when we
still
were-
does.
I don't
And
believe it does.
When we
I
were
don't.
kids, remember the old Navy T-shirts with the
Yes,
flags on?
yes.
Everybody freaking had one.
Yes. I don't know what has happened. I can't put my finger on it. And this
You
is like a
don't-
new.
You personally don't think it stands for greatness?
I do, but I don't think that
The other people.
Yeah, like the general concept of like the mid '90s, early 2000s, right? That flag was great. Everybody loved it.
Post 9/11.
Post 9/11,
Post 9/11,
yes, it was.
the most patriotic we've ever been.
9/12.
Yeah,
United.
we were united,
That's a plug.
right? And I'm not saying we need great tragedy to become one country again, But I can foresee the future of great tragedy happening and us becoming united again. That's the only thing.
And the only thing I have to say about it, look what happened to this family.
I
mean, I'm not going to put our history out there.
No, I know.
But
tragedy brings people
all
together.
All three of us know.
Tragedy brings people together.
And it's also toured apart recently.
It has toured apart people too.
So
yeah.
Well, it does both.
But I do agree. I think the flag stands for greatness.
I agree with that. Do you know that meme of like the muscly DOG? You know, like that's what I think of America 1990s.
Oh,
now we're the wimpy one,
the pit
shoved
bull
in. Yeah. Now I think we're the shriveled up one in the corner.
Well, not
Kangaroo.
even like 90s, from like, I'd say like 1930s to 90s,
I mean,
you know? Like, I mean, it was a long stint.
Here's the thing. I think what it is, my opinion, is this entitlement bullshit comes in and people, I don't like my country. For some reason, people think that you have to embrace who they are to accept them. And that's not true. You can accept with not having to embrace a lifestyle. And I believe I've said this before on one of our episodes, is like, you don't have to embrace blackness to want black people
to sympathize with what they're trying to accomplish.
To have a fair starting point.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Another thing that I carry throughout all aspects of my life now is I can love, man, that chocolate hits hard.
Dude, I'll get my wife to give your wife the massive cookie recipe there. It's a certain routine to get them right.
Crushed a whole plate in like 4 minutes.
I think it's either 24 or 12. I'm pretty sure it's 24.
Yeah,
and they're gone.
Definitely, because I've eaten 4 by myself.
Second one. I love people where they are, right? Mm-hmm. I can show compassion to people no matter what they believe. If you're as far less left as believing that you're transgender and that, you know, you're doing things that I personally would not do, I can still love you where you are. But that doesn't mean I have to embrace it. I can love you where you are.
Yeah.
And that's all I have to say about that.
No, I agree with that, and that's why that's where I get so frustrated. Is like I like to put people like, you know, Trump's homophobic. He's whatever. I'm like, how? What policies has he put in effect? Yep. What policies has he put into effect? None. What policy has he tried to put in effect? None. Now the left likes to carve out this, you know, like this healthcare issue that transgenders and stuff are hooting and hollering about. Like, but what's the deeper? Why are they passing that? Does it have to do with transgenders? No, I don't think it does. There's something deeper.
It's all about being heard.
Just like the Supreme Court turning down the Texas lawsuit case. Mm-hmm. It wasn't that there was no evidence. It was that it was unconstitutional to halt the election process. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the deeper conversation? And I always like to revert back to Dan Crenshaw, what he's doing with his big social media presence. He's almost like an influencer, but he's a congressman. You know what I mean? Like but he's on Facebook every day.
Is he the one with one eye?
Yes.
Okay.
So
he's a man, dude. That is a man.
He's a majestic freedom.
He's like a unicorn.
Real quick, he's got a Captain America eye that he puts in, and then he has one with the Navy SEAL trident.
So he has some fake eyes?
Yes.
Ooh.
So
it's awesome.
What I like
call him Nick Fury.
Yeah. What I like that he does though is he's always on social media and all that. This is what happened in the House today. This is why I voted no, not because I don't believe in what it is. It's all the BS other bills that they've attached. You know, come on, we got to think about elementary.
Did you say this? I don't know if you said this. I know I listen to a ton of podcasts. I don't believe any politician should have social media. None.
You don't think so?
None. Not at all.
I think
if
they
you
should
become
all
a
have
senator,
it.
you become a congressman, if you become a governor, no more Facebook, no more Twitter, nothing for you.
I think they should because that's how we get our news now. So how do you get out? So in Dan Crenshaw's case specifically, this is where he can go into detail. I voted no on this bill because there was a bunch of BS attached to it. I believe in the policy itself, but I don't agree on all the bullshit they put on the back end of it. We need to go back and revisit that.
Before we get into this beautiful stack of pod decks he's pulled out, what I'll say to that is we've seen what social media does to people like him. Yeah. They suppress his statement.
This is true. Well, and I think that's why that they need to redo the section, whatever the hell. I can't remember what it's called. 230.
Open to interpretation is what
230.
it is.
And which is a law that was made back in like 1996 when the internet was just coming out. It was originally what they need to do is get rid of it altogether, and then add to the Constitution, amend to the Constitution that freedom of speech also falls into the internet. Think about this. This was put on to me. You got places like Facebook, whatnot, right? Social media. They're making billions of dollars off of a platform that we paid to create.
We're the product of what it is.
Well, the internet was our parents' tax dollars.
Oh, I understand.
You know what I mean? It was created by the military, for one, for things. And then now they use a system for free and make billions off of it.
Yeah.
Think about that.
Yeah. For the internet. In
I mean, there's a lot of people that do.
There are, but Amazon specifically, too. What about the brick and mortar people? I mean, they got to pay electric, whatever, you know. I'm not saying Facebook doesn't have a building somewhere to have all these servers and stuff.
Come up with a better idea. I mean,
but this is the digital age.
Well,
so I'm not
that's
gonna.
The whole.
No, I'm not going to argue that. But it gets into like, well, you're telling me that I can't post this on something that my tax dollars paid to create.
Well, all right,
who are you to do that?
So
this is free.
Flip it,
zone.
Right? It's free, but people don't realize that Facebook isn't there for us. It's there for the
Mark Zuckerberg and the board members to make money off
money.
Of. Yes.
Mark's making money off of me,
every single one of us.
Let me ask you at this table real quick. Have you bought something because of an ad on Facebook?
You damn right I have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The face masks that we wear at work, I bought those almost 4 years ago because of an ad for face shields, and I love them. They're I've liked them because I use them for fishing. But long story short, I bought those because of Facebook.
What really gets me, and this is this is going off the rails, is the ad. Speaking of the advertising, I bought Pedialyte yesterday. For my daughter, she's sick.
For you,
yes, I need to rehydrate.
You're gonna need it after tonight.
I'm good. But not all day today, I've seen ads for Pedialyte. I didn't speak the word Pedialyte to anybody. I may have texted it to Lauren and say, "Hey, I'm running to CVS to get."
They can see all of it. They can see all of it.
And I'm like, that is just insane.
They can see it all.
I know.
I will say one.
If you read their terms and conditions, it's
they
in
hear
there.
it all. They see it all. They have access to your camera, your phone calls, your text messages.
Only if you allow access.
Yep. Now,
But if you decline access, you can't use the app.
Yes, you can.
No,
You just can't upload a picture.
Yeah.
I'm not saying Facebook, but I downloaded an app the other day, and it wanted access to like some shit. I'm like, what the hell does this app need to get to my pictures for?
And
Because
see,
it's got no reason to be in my pictures. So I declined everything. Like I declined permission. Won't let me
You
in.
have an Android, and it should tell you what they specifically need that for. If you
I'm
go
not
in and look at them,
I'm not scrolling through the fine print. I just know.
No, I'm not saying in the terms and conditions. I'm saying on the download page when it says it needs access to this, and
You can say yes or no to it.
But it'll tell you. So, like if it were Facebook, for instance, and it said it needs access to your camera and your gallery, it would say to upload photos from your gallery or to take new pictures live in the app.
I don't get that. That's going to be in fine print somewhere.
But if what I'm getting at is if I say Charmin Ultra 10 times at this table, I guarantee every single one of our phones is going to
pick
have
up
an
on it,
ad.
yeah.
it probably will just off the one time, honestly.
Almost
Oh, yeah.
definitely. Text me tomorrow.
Let me know.
I'll be waiting for it around 9 o'clock. I guarantee you. I'll get a text from all y'all saying, "Oh yeah, I got it."
Jason, you got more?
I think it's
I
ready
got
for
to
You
poddecks.
really
coming.
do have a lot over there.
Well, see, he opened Pandora's box over here when he talked about America and the flag. Yeah, y'all realize that America's only 244 years old. It's literally only 3 generations old.
Oh yeah.
If you think about it.
Well, so let's finish this up. I want to hear some questions.
I want to move on.
I got some FNKs I'm really excited for. But
this is for next time.
When people complain about racism, right? Oh, well, it's not. No. When you run across an old black gentleman, right?
Mm-hmm.
He he went through some stuff, right?
Yeah. Some real racism, in my
Some
opinion.
real racism. So, like, when people like it's not in today's society, you got to remember, if anybody's over the age of 60, they've seen it.
They've seen it in their lifetime.
They've seen it
Absolutely.
in their lifetime.
Absolutely.
So,
Whether it be just segregation, whether it be the stuff we're going through now, I mean, whether it be anything prior.
Yeah.
Right?
But
I'm not saying if you're over 60, you've seen lynching. What I'm saying is a little bit of grace goes a very far way when we're talking about race, because with a country that's only 200 plus years old,
244.
we've seen it.
We've seen it.
We haven't seen it because we're young, but
think about this: 244 years. We're the youngest country. Oh well, the superpower country
Most definitely.
in this world. Okay. What? You don't think we're a superpower?
No, we are. Absolutely are.
Youngest.
We got the big guns.
Youngest superpower country.
I don't know.
What would be another younger one?
Russia?
They're older than us.
Russia.
Russia itself? No, is not. It was the USSR,
It's all
the
same.
Soviet Union. That was not Russia.
Same thing.
Some of the Russian comrades.
Somebody say, they say that the
Can you
Soviet
read the-
Union's
can
still
you read
laying
those
over
in
there
all
too.
the-
So
that probably.
we're not going
I'll
to dabble
try.
in that. But what I'm saying is, in 244 years, we're the only country to give absolute freedom. All right, people talk about slavery. Oh God, we had slaves. Well, who didn't have slaves?
There's still slaves out there today.
There's still slaves out there today. It is a stain on our American history, sure, but within
That was not a burp either. That was a yawn. What the hell?
with less than 100 years of us declaring independence, less than 100 years,
Got rid of it.
we got rid of slavery. What other country's done that? And then a little bit after that,
We've had the most radical change. I'll agree to that.
of any other country. And you're talking about, well, they should have never had slaves back then. The whole world had slaves back then. In the 1800s. There's not a country that didn't have slaves. Our founding fathers in the 1700s, you can find it in their journals and stuff. They didn't want slaves. They couldn't figure out how to
Get rid of them.
get rid of them. Now, modernization has gotten rid of slaves across the world, right? We don't need people picking cotton because we got farm equipment to do it now. We don't need Egyptians. They don't have people building their buildings and slaves building their buildings anymore because they got equipment.
I believe there's a document that said it was the Hebrews that were building it. I'm not sure.
I know, you know what I'm saying? They had slaves.
Yeah.
though. You know what I'm saying? Slaves
that's gonna be
built
a
the
hard time.
pyramids. What, y'all just
I'm trying to talk and I just can't get a word in because you're so damn loud.
spit it out then. Cut it in.
Why does no social justice warrior believe the words that came out of Abraham Lincoln's mouth himself, that if he could have ended the Civil War without freeing a single slave, he would have done it?
Oh, they do.
But the right, which he was a Republican.
Yeah.
No, he was a Democrat. I'm
No,
sorry.
he was a Republican. Abraham Lincoln's a Republican.
Was he?
Google it. I'm telling you.
All right. I think it's time to change gears. Let's
And I agree with what you're saying. Speak of the devil, right?
Really?
Jesus.
So
Blake, do you have some pod
yeah,
decks
let's
up?
move on. We're
right,
dabbling. Let's change gears.
I want to hear
Let's
these.
change gears.
Matt-
Blake, Josh, let's welcome y'all back into the podcast here. Jesus.
That's like, I'm trying to go home. I got to work in the
Freaking
morning.
Christ.
I'll be honest with you. It is 9:04 right now, boys, and Mallory hasn't texted me, so I'm like,
You're enjoying it.
no.
How much trouble am I going to be in?
How much trouble am I getting? And how much trouble am I for
Well,
saying what I just said?
Let's be honest. We will bring Matt back on because I'm already having fun. But we're going to do some pod decks.
Yes.
And then he's got a FMK and then we'll wrap it
Sponsored
up.
by pod decks, powered by pod decks, and we're going to go counterclockwise. So I'm going to ask the question. Matt's going to answer Jason, then Josh, then myself.
Let's go.
All right. We already asked this one once, but it's been a while. So, and Matt's here. So, Matt, what is left on your bucket list? Just go.
I really don't have a bucket list.
Okay.
I would like to say that For me, finances are a huge thing. I want to own my house free and clear by the time I'm 50.
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
That's a good thing. Jason?
One bucket list item?
Yeah. Or just like something that you want to accomplish, not necessarily a bucket list, just something big.
I'd like to start some kind of restaurant.
Sassy cooking is the gateway.
I'm hoping
That's going to open a lot of doors.
I'm hoping so. I mean, I don't know if it'd be food truck or restaurant. I mean, I want to provide. I want to do I have a service of exchange cash for food, good quality food.
Yeah.
All right,
Josh?
How that ends up, I don't know.
I'd like to get to the point in my life where I truly love what I do for a living.
Okay. That's a good one.
I feel like right now I'm just getting by.
Yeah. I can understand that. I can definitely understand that.
I don't know if you'll ever be truly happy doing something for your life.
I think eventually I will be.
I feel sometimes doing what we do is a means to happiness sometimes. That's not saying we have to work in shambles of conditions or do a bad job.
Yeah.
But my worth is not in my work. My worth is in my family and everything that I touch outside of it.
Yeah. Mine would be, I want to see like all the U.S. national parks before I die.
Ooh, I like that.
That's interesting. You
Price.
always come in clutch with some weird.
You know, I mean,
goofy
I'm
stuff that
big.
makes a lot of
I
sense.
worked.
He did work for the
I
National Park
worked in,
Service.
yeah, state park, but
Close
yes.
enough.
And I got Bryce hooked on. We're watching wild stuff on. We're watching elk on YouTube.
Yeah.
Now we're watching snowboarding across. Like we were watching the people snowboard out of helicopters in Chile earlier, and I'm just like, you're going to be the greatest action person ever. All right, next question.
So, real quick. I had a buddy in high school. We did the aptitude test. Y'all remember doing those?
Yeah.
For some reason, I don't remember doing them.
I had a buddy of mine who said he would be a stunt double on his aptitude test. I was like, are you serious? I want that job.
Yeah.
Is he a stunt
Are
double?
you crazy
No,
and
he's
want
not.
brain damage? Stunt double.
Lord.
All right. We're all dads here. So, what is the funniest thing you've seen your kid or a kid do?
I mean, I'm going to have you do Snapchat, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to have to friend you on Snapchat so I can just, I mean, every day, this oldest one, he's 5 now.
Yeah.
It just the funniest stuff. I mean, you've heard the stories of Liam and all that. Like, just the old Bill Cosby saying, I know he's not popular now, of kids say the darndest things. It's so true because it's so funny. Like, last night, he's looking in the mirror at himself, and he's going, ho, 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 I'm Santa. And this kid's a twig. This kid is an absolute twig. And it was a minute-plus long video of him acting like Santa. And he's 5, man. It's just hilarious.
Yeah.
And it's a
Absolutely.
very wholesome thing to watch.
Yeah.
Because, we don't do things because it's not socially accepted, or we don't act that way because it's just weird, right? Nah, he's a kid. He don't care. That's the beauty
Yeah.
of watching.
They just have no idea.
Yeah.
Innocence.
What's
So
yours?
Just
innocence.
every
What's
day
yours,
is
Jason?
Yeah.
Clearly, we're going hot take around here. Okay?
Funniest thing, man, I can't put my finger on a specific thing.
That's okay.
There's just so many.
There is so many, especially
and like
when we're together.
In the moment, it's like that is freaking hilarious.
And then you
But
look
then-
back and
but
it's
then
like
you-
they
but then
just
you kinda-
triple it or
well-
double it.
Well, then you kind of forget about it, and you're like, well,
I'm one of those parents. So this is going to sound horrible, and Marie might agree with me. She may not want to publicly, but me and her both have a foul mouth. Okay, her mouth is actually a little fouler than mine, though.
I think she's got you beat.
But the kids pick up and use the words. I've
Jace did that with me one time.
The F word?
Yeah.
And see, that's the thing.
Yeah.
And see, that's
I picked him up from school or something. We were pulling back in the neighborhood, and I said, "Are you effing kidding me?" or something like that.
Oh, you know you want to say it.
Yeah. And he's in the back seat and just like blurts it right out. The exact sentence I just said.
Fire truck.
And this was just last year, I think. It wasn't like he was like 3 years old. He was.
And see, I find that comical.
Oh yeah,
So,
absolutely.
but I'm gonna get judged like, oh, you don't stop your shit. No, we let they say it just as much as we do. Sorry.
I try to get Liam to say stuff like that, and he just won't do it.
And Jace is over there dropping F bombs like us.
Yeah.
Do you
Got
have
15
one?
in one sentence.
You said that snap from from your memories. Not it was last week, I think, of
With
Liam.
Liam.
Yeah, I was rolling laughing at that.
Dude, so that car ride, well, was it the car ride one?
No, it was, you were babysitting him, I think. And you were
Yeah,
at,
he was like, "Hi, Bill," talking
Yeah,
about my dad, saying hi to my dad because he had just met
Bill.
my niece and nephew, and they had played.
Yeah,
And so I have one for like each of y'all's kids. Well, not yours, Matt. Sorry.
That's
But
okay.
Jace dropped. He said shit in the car, and it was just Liam was just like, ooh. Liam's facial expressions though, and it was just like I just died laughing. I was like, all right, Jace, you can't say that. Like,
Don't tell my son he can't say
Oh,
it
my
because
God.
I say he
He'll
can
drop it
say
again on you.
look, okay, he's
Yeah,
under
that's-
my supervision, my rules. Damn it. Liam's, I have two. So one was I cannot say what he said, and I will never say what he said. But he said something very bad with Josh, and I remember he repeated it with you. You said it, and we both, and he just said it. I mean, you can take your mind wherever you want, but he just said this, and we were both just like, Liam, you cannot say that, and he like got so scared.
he got scared because we were like, "Oh God!"
It's an off-air thing, but
I need to write that down.
So then a second thing with Liam is one time we were in the car with y'all,
Oh,
and
I
we
drop that all the time.
were like, I was talking with him, and he was just like, that's also my snap memories. It just popped up.
Is that the
and
one where?
he was like, "You're an eagle,"
Yeah,
and I was
yeah.
like, "What?"
That
He
was
like,
after Will's 30th
30th birthday?
30th birthday.
Maybe?
I think so. Yeah.
He was like, "You're a golden eagle. You can fly anywhere," and I'm just like, "What are you talking
Step
about?"
brother stuff over
And
here.
that's like Bryce isn't at that stage yet
No,
where
that's
they just
the other
come up.
guys. I'm a peacock. You gotta
Yeah.
let me fly.
Bryce isn't at that stage yet where like he says that stuff, and I can't wait. But Bryce did something a couple weeks ago. My cousin was in town, and he hasn't ever done it before. But he was walking, or he was sitting down, and next thing you know, he like goes to his belly, and then just gets up and starts bear crawling so fast that like his legs couldn't catch up, but his arms were freaking moving, and like he's never done it before. I've never seen him bear crawl, but we just died laughing because it was just like the craziest thing. So. There's that one. The next question would be, because you're a runner, and no offense, you just seem a little different. Do you count your steps?
I used to.
Did you have a Fitbit?
Full disclosure, I used to use a Fitbit on route.
Okay, yeah.
And
Roger used to do that.
yeah, Roger and I used to talk about it all the time.
Yeah.
I would make jokes with Mallory about how I can get to 10,000 steps before she even gets to work in the morning. So like,
Oh, yeah,
we
absolutely,
start so
yeah.
early and like we're
Yeah.
hustling first thing, right?
Absolutely.
Like you knock out your hardest stuff before 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
And I would be like 25,000 steps a day, which in my stride length is every bit of 4 or 5 miles a day, easy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when I'm sure in your building you see a lot of potbelly people, right? I just never comprehend it because if I'm over here walking 5 miles a day, every day, busting it out,
Yeah.
how do we have that?
Yeah.
So yes,
I agree with
I
you.
used to. I don't
I
anymore.
used to use my Fitbit also. So.
Because they're stopping at Wendy's and Burger
That's
King.
what it
and
is.
all
And it's,
that.
I will say, it's
You
very
don't-
easy
you
to
don't
do
cut
that.
that out.
It's all
I
genetics,
have.
You're going to
baby.
look like
I
them.
have turd sniffer.
I'm
Trying to refrain from the F bombs.
I'm just saying. I mean, that's the problem with America.
And I will tell you, when I first started, I would never stop because I was like, I don't know when I'm going to get done. And now it's like I've mastered it. And I'm like, oh, I got 10 minutes to spare. Let me just go hit this place up real quick. And
I don't stop for lunch.
I know.
in
I've
my-
got,
unless I text him and he's like, "Yeah, I'm around the corner. Let's hook up."
yeah.
Me, it's all finances. Like I am like, it's a slippery slope.
Yeah.
And for me,
because you're like, "Oh, it's just once. It's just once,"
and
and
next
then
thing you know, it's $50 a week.
Yeah.
And $50 a week is
Oh, yeah.
$500-$600 a year. And that's why I stopped eating. I didn't stop eating on route. I stopped buying on route.
Yeah.
I'm anorexic.
I know you don't move as much being in a smaller workplace, but have you ever?
he
do you
rolls
count
around
your-
on his chair all day, his little stool.
Do you count your steps? I could see you doing it also, honestly. I really could.
I got no desire to count my steps. I know I
count my civil
liberties.
liberties.
No, I mean, I'm not sitting still all day. I'm
No.
walking around.
Yeah, you're just in
you
a
know,
small
I'll
area
probably
than
walk
us.
just as much as y'all do, to be
I'm-
honest with you.
I wouldn't doubt it.
I mean, the only time I sit down
Just
is
big circles around vehicles.
That's all. Yeah, I mean, if you, If I had to
We
come
can
up-
all agree. I think the term for every single one at this table is industrial athlete.
There we
Yes, yeah, there it is. That's that training.
Yeah.
for
Josh,
you.
have you ever counted yours?
When I was on an Android phone,
It did it.
It would tell me, but I didn't. Like I didn't.
You care.
Lauren was at she had a Fitbit at the time, and she was like, "Well, this is how many I did," and I just pulled mine up and be like, "That's a joke."
Sorry.
Yeah.
But
I mean-
I didn't care. I just did
Yeah.
it to kind of, in a sense, motivate her a little bit more.
Yeah.
So,
I
absolutely.
like that.
All right. Next question.
well, you didn't answer.
Oh, I did.
said
I
it.
said
He
it with
he did have
Matt.
it for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Who would you most like to sit next to on a 10-hour flight and why?
My wife.
Well, you're not the first.
Honestly, nobody. I just want some peace and quiet.
Just some quiet.
I mean,
a 10-hour nap would be
mean,
great.
The right answer is Elvis Presley. We all know it, right? Everybody wants to hear from the great late, but I love peace and quiet. I'll be honest with you. I love my family. I love every aspect of it, but nobody.
That's why he's a fishing man.
Yep.
I'm the
Jason?
opposite. I'm the opposite.
Who you gonna sit beside?
I'm gonna sit beside my wife.
All right.
Because I don't like flying.
I love my wife. Don't get me wrong. I love my wife. I want peace. She can sit in the row behind me.
I need
two
somebody.
rows back.
I'm gonna
Right
need
beside
somebody to
me's gonna
calm
be
me
empty.
down. I'm gonna need somebody to calm me down.
Oh, really?
I
No.
do not.
It's not necessarily about the flight itself. It could be on a train.
T-
It's not about.
No,
the
this
activity you're doing.
sounds so. I don't know if the right word is cliche, but I enjoy quality.
I understand that, but don't use the excuse. I need somebody to calm me down.
Well, that too. I feel very comforted when my wife is around. I enjoy like when we go out together. Sometimes I enjoy just driving around with her. We got nowhere. We're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
Dude, I feel like we just all lost points on this.
That's a little.
I'll
weird.
just like drive. It's weird.
Who
I've been
would you
thinking. I've been
choose?
thinking about this lately, but she is my best friend. I've got no,
Oh, without my wife since we were 18 has been saved in my phone as best friend.
yeah.
Literally, I just showed Blake a text message. He can attest. She is in my phone as best friend. Nothing else.
I understand
Never
that.
has been anything. else.
It doesn't say side piece?
Nope.
All right.
Who?
I'm getting yelled at later. Let's see. I need to make Marie mad now.
Who would I pick?
You're not gonna make her mad.
Is it dead or alive?
Yeah, I don't care. Celeb, anybody. It's anybody.
Chester.
Chester Bennington.
Chester.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Matthew.
I feel like we'd have a lot.
Matthew McConaughey.
All right.
Let's move on.
All right, last one. Then we got to wrap it up. What slogan or jingle got stuck in your head forever?
Welcome to Firehouse.
Welcome to Moe's.
Everybody does that. Didn't CC start that? Welcome to CC's.
I don't know.
I think just any catchy jingle, like even like the Hershey's, not Hershey's, but the Kisses little ding ding a ling.
Oh yeah,
that
the
commercial that
the
pops up.
Christmas
is-
commercial
yeah.
they did. Yeah.
So
Like
any-
a good neighbor.
So any catchy slogan?
Yeah, like,
Nothing from like a movie or anything?
I mean, I can't. I'll be honest. Like, we'll just be out in the ether, right, doing anything. It just pops in my head.
yeah.
I don't have a specific one. It's just
I know there's so many that get stuck in your head throughout time, and then they eventually go away, and you forget completely about them.
Yeah. Being in my industry though, like taking like some of the insurance jingles and making
I'm
them
sure that's
all-
hilarious.
We like, hey man, what's it? Allstate, you're in good hands, right? You're in good hands. They got you in good hands. That's
We
what they're
are
doing to you right
farmers.
there.
Bum, 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 bum.
Farmers have seen a thing or two. They keep screwing everybody. That's how they know
Do you have
everything.
one?
I can't think of anything off the top of my head.
Really?
Well, the whole idea of them is
Not even
earworms
not even
that.
Yeah.
the ones that are
Really.
running right now.
I got an old one for you.
Anyone with
Where's the beef?
Yep.
Farmers? See, I just have a quote from a movie, but it's like it's always been in my head for the
What's
longest
that?
time. You ever seen You, Me, and Dupree with Owen Wilson?
Oh, that's
No,
that's
the
been a
one-
long time,
No.
but I have seen it.
Find your interness.
Find your internet.
So,
Find your inner cess.
Internet.
Cess?
I like what
It's
you did
Cess.
there.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
No, I actually had a guy.
That was over my head.
This is
But I
actually
got it after
this is actually ironic. One of my buddy's dads, who works for the same company I do now, made me a t-shirt back in high school that had his logo, his little best man patch in the wedding in the movie had a logo on the front. On the back, it said "Find Your Inner Nest," and now I work for the same freaking company.
That's funny.
That's awesome.
But no, that movie's like my favorite,
You, me,
and that
Dupree.
quote has always stuck in my head.
That was Owen Wilson and who was the other guy?
Matt Dillon
Matt Dillon.
and
Dupree was Owen Wilson.
What am I getting that mixed up with? I'm thinking of the one with Jim Carrey.
And who else?
He has
you're
like multiple personalities.
Oh, that was Me, Myself, and Irene.
That's it. Okay. I was getting those two mixed up. I'm sorry.
yeah, I was like, "Babe, let's watch movie night." She was like, "What?" I was like, "You, me, and Dupree." She was like, "What? That movie's terrible." And I was like, "Are you serious right now? It's the best freaking movie ever."
Yeah,
It's my fave.
that's a good one.
But I think that's all we got.
I have one FMK.
Brent?
Oh no! I have the FMK.
I have
Unless
one.
you-
No,
Let's do
he
two.
brought one. Let the
do
guest
one.
do it and save
Okay.
yours.
Well, we'll do mine too.
Let's do them both.
All right, then we're wrapping it up.
Tis
That
the
sounds good.
season.
We got to wrap it
Hey,
up.
look,
We're at 2 hours. We got to wrap it up.
Tis
Sure
the
we are.
season for giving.
All right.
We're just giving them
All
the
right.
set.
Speaking of giving, FS 2020.
You already said it on this part.
I know, but
All
I
right, all right,
can't
all
do
right.
it
Come
again.
on. Come on.
So
FMK.
FMK, we got Scarlett Johansson.
Oh,
You got to be kidding me.
All right, we're making this tough, boys. Scarlett Johansson, Jennifer Lawrence,
Emma Watson.
nope, Anna Kendrick.
Okay. I had those two and Emma Watson, so we'll just not do mine.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah.
Did we just become best friends?
All
How
right.
did that happen?
Who wants to go? I'm ready. I'm dialed
Go
in.
ahead.
Hit it. I want to hear it.
So, God dang it.
You said J Law, right?
Yeah. Anna Kendrick. That's a tough one. I'm going to kill Anna Kendrick. I know.
He's offended already.
I know.
I'm backing you on that. I cannot stand her voice.
Okay, so I'm going to kill her, and this is the tough one. I had it planned out with the other two. I think.
Hold on, let me unsubscribe from the Shane Edmonds show real quick.
Hold on.
Take away that review.
Here we go.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to marry ScoJo,
All right.
and I'm going to F Jennifer Lawrence, only because I've seen The Cloud. All right, we got to quiet down some real quick to finish this out.
All right. Well, you going? Who's going?
No,
next?
you go. You go.
I'm going to marry Jennifer Lawrence. Was it Scarlett Johansson and who else?
Anna Kendrick.
You
You
said
said you were
you're killing Anna,
yeah.
so you've got to F ScarJo.
Nah, I think I'm going to change it up. I don't find Scarlett Johansson attractive. I'm a killer. Sorry.
All right.
That was a
That hurts.
bigger turn than I thought it
180.
was.
Left to F Anna Kendrick.
I thought you hated her voice.
All right. All right. The last saving
Look,
grace.
I can shove a sock in there.
Ball gag, anything. I mean, shit. We're getting kinky.
It's
on
only
this
one.
ass.
It's only one time.
We're running the deacon out of here.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly still haven't come up with one, but I'm just let's fly here. I'm going to kill Scarlett.
All right.
I'm going to F J Law.
Yeah, my man.
And I'm going to marry Anna Kendrick.
Thank you. Thank you.
Do you match that?
I don't match it. I will marry Anna Kendrick. I will say that for sure.
She just seems so homely.
Right? In a good way.
Think so?
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna kill J Law and I'm gonna
I've had a crush on J Law since she broke into the movie scene.
Me too.
Like,
Yeah.
like I'm just like I
so
can't.
so I
She plays such a badass role.
I
does.
say
Especially in the
this.
Hunger Games series.
Like she could kick my ass. And
I say-
I'd be okay with it.
Do y'all have? I brought this up because Anna Kendrick is my celebrity crush. Like
Okay.
that's why I said
Is that your hall pass?
that's my hall pass.
Ugh,
Do you have a hall pass? Anybody?
no.
No.
What is a hall pass? I can't believe the deacon has a hall pass.
Like, if you could, we're supposed to be wrapping this up, but we'll
I know.
close out
Let's
with
wrap
this.
it up on hall pass.
So, like, if Marie said you can go and hook up with anybody you want, it's that one person. Like, if you had the chance to make it happen.
This is
It's
unrealistic.
never
This is
gonna
a
happen.
Yes.
specifically celebrity
Yes,
hall
yeah.
pass because some people have hall passes.
Oh, they do.
For real life shit.
Yeah.
I do not condone a hall pass.
But neither do I.
Isn't there a movie about that?
There is a movie about that.
That's called Hall Pass.
Yeah.
I guess what I ask is does anybody have a celebrity crush?
A celebrity crush?
I got too many to count. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm just gonna Blake Lively.
Okay.
She's a good one.
Oh my god, something about her just gets me going.
I don't. Man, I rotate out.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
That
That's
is
fine.
true. You see somebody in a certain like movie or role, and you're like, "That's
So
it.
my
That's
current my current celebrity crush, and I'm not going to be able to watch this anymore. Is I don't even know her name. This is bad, but the girl in the Mandalorian.
Oh, that was the alternative for my FMK.
What is it?
Gina-
Gina something.
Yes.
Yeah.
She's in Fast 6. Isn't
Yes,
that
she
her?
is. She is. Yeah.
Is she really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was.
But you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
ass
That's a-
kicking.
I'm gonna
Ass
shake your
kicking
hand.
woman.
I'm gonna shake your hand on that one.
Yeah, so that's like I don't watch a lot of TV anymore, and I guess that's why I don't have any.
I don't know. I mean,
I don't even watch a lot of
anybody. I mean, if it's not real, then who cares?
No, everybody answered. You got to answer.
God.
You just don't want to.
If it's Scarlett Johansson in the Black Widow outfit, then I mean, we got a deal.
I'll allow it.
I'll allow it.
I'll allow it.
Or I mean, Carrie Underwood. I'd probably say Carrie
Oh,
Underwood.
Lord.
She's just awesome.
Miranda Lambert. See, I could pick one for each category.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
All
This
right.
is true.
What's the new girl?
The new girl.
Gabby
yes.
Barrett, Kelsey Ballerini.
How'd you know?
All right.
We
Well,
were like,
thanks for joining in on a whopping 2-hour series here, Matt.
Yeah.
Hope
I don't
you're-
think I'll get an invite
The
back.
new
Well,
girl is
no,
Zoe Deschanel.
you will get
No,
an
not
invite
Zoe.
back. I don't know if you'll be allowed back from your side.
Yeah.
Maybe not my side either, because I'm already getting summoned.
Our wives are gonna kill us.
The best part is, y'all, is we
I'm
started an hour
glad.
earlier than normal. Still finishing at the same time as we do usually. Man, it's been a good night, though. Let's go ahead and take it on home, boys.
As a reminder, everybody, as we wrap up the episode, please use FS 2020 to save
Thank you.
some type of money on the
Free
St.
shipping.
Edmunds- Free shipping.
Free shipping. That's
Free
what
shipping.
FS stands for.
free ship.
Free
2020.
shipping
Free shipping.
2020.
Once
Free
2021 hits, it's no longer valid.
This
Correct.
is true. It
shipping.
ends.
It ends New Year's Eve.
It does.
Thank you for listening.
Well,
guys.
Matt, thanks for coming on.
Thanks
Yes,
for having me.
Sir.
Until next time,
Peace.
who let us on here?
All back ends.